Portugal beat Germany 2-1 at the Allianz Arena in Munich, and they advance to the final of the Nations League on Sunday, and they will be facing either France or Spain. So we could have a rematch. France, Spain, either way, it's going to be a very interesting final, but Portugal have won against Germany 2-1, and we're here to talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, people. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what to do on this channel. I appreciate you guys always tuning in, showing love and support, getting involved in the comments, and yeah, supporting the boy, man. It's road to 20k. We're nearly at 16, so we're getting there slowly but surely. So shout out to everyone. I appreciate your time and your support. But let's dive into this game. Germany, obviously favorites because they were at home. They had the home support, the home advantage, and we'll get to the performance in a minute. In a few seconds, actually. And Germany were actually going into this a bit light, I would say. Lots of important players missing. Rüdiger was missing. Musiala was missing, both through injury. A couple of others were not in the squad due to injury or not being called up. So they went into this game a bit light. However, they still had enough quality for me to try and win this game. Now, I didn't think this was going to be a high-scoring game because, historically speaking, Germany hadn't lost against Portugal in 25 years. Can you imagine? This is the first time in 25 years that Portugal have beaten Germany, and they've actually beaten Germany in Germany. And this is also Julian Nagelsmann's first loss at the Allianz Arena since he took over. So a couple of milestones there, a couple of storylines, but this is the first time in 25 years. Previously, Germany had just been toying with Portugal. 1-0s here, 2-1s there, 4-0 at the World Cup in 2014, I remember. 3-1 in the game for third place at the 2006 World Cup. So it's been a minute since Portugal beat Germany. But credit to them, they've won it, and they go through to the final. But Germany, like I said, went into this game a bit light without Musiala and Rüdiger. But you have to say that this was a catastrophic performance. Listen, people know me. I was born and raised in Germany, got a German passport. And by the way, for those who still, and I'm going to move out the shot a little bit. For those who still kind of, I don't know, they still doubt. Because I remember I did a video once and then I clipped it up and I posted it on my socials. Sorry, I posted it on TikTok. So I posted it on TikTok and people were insinuating that I was lying for views. I'm sorry, what does this say? What does this say? Ah, okay, I thought so. And it's red, so you know what that means. Because some of you lost passport, especially you man in the UK, some of you lost passport, it's dark blue. And you know what that means when it's dark blue. You know what I mean? You know what that means. When it's red, you know there's certain privileges that come with that. But anyway, dash that to the side. Born and raised in Germany, you know I support these guys, and you know sometimes I'm overly biased, but for this one, I can't be. I literally can't be I can't be biased with this, and I can't accept it. You know, to see Germany have the high-level performances that I saw at the Euros last year, which I went to Germany for, and I saw those performances firsthand. To see them go from that to this, the drop-off is mad. The drop-off is absolutely crazy. And I am sure 1,000% Julian Nagelsmann will be letting them know in the dressing room that this is not acceptable. Today, defensively, even going forward, that was an absolute shambles. Going forward, we were toothless. Well, I'm saying we. I have to be neutral here. Going forward, Germany were absolutely toothless. If it wasn't for Florian Wirtz trying to make something happen, nobody was there. Bless Nick Woltemade, he got his first call up today, first cap, first start for the first team. And he's going to be playing the game on Sunday in the game for the third place. And then he's going to be leaving the camp and joining the under-21s because they've got the Euros in Slovakia. So bless Woltemade, he got his first call up and his first start today. You know, I didn't really expect much from him today, but I did see some good things. Hold-up play was okay. You know, passing was okay. Couple of couple of negative points here and there, but I can put it down, to nervousness. I can put it down to first cap, all of that stuff. You know the narratives. But the rest, they have to take a deep look in the mirror. You know, that was not a good performance. I could possibly say that Marc-Andre ter Stegen can probably say, okay, he had an okay game as well, especially with that double save in the second half. But the rest, yeah, that was absolutely catastrophic. Germany can't expect to be called the favourites for the World Cup next year if they keep on putting in performances like that. And you can't put it down to they didn't have Musiala, they didn't have Rudiger. No, because the quality was there to win this game. So today, that was unacceptable. I don't usually, especially with Germany, I don't usually like to dig out players one by one, but Jonathan Tah, he must have had the worst game of his whole career, if he's not had worse than that. And there's a reason why, you know, in the group chat, we were talking with the guys, certain people were telling me, oh, look, Bayern Munich signed Jonathan Tah on a free. Man United are not ambitious. This is what you wanted to sign. This is what you wanted Manchester United to sign, where the intensity, is twice as high as international football. Week in, week out. You want to see this guy get spun by God knows what striker. No thanks. Jonathan Tah had an absolute nightmare today. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's the nerves because he signed for Bayern Munich and this is the first time he plays at the Allianz Arena as a Bayern Munich player, even though it wasn't in a Bayern Munich shirt. No thanks. We dodged a bullet there. We absolutely dodged a bullet. Jonathan Tah, that was not good enough. That was not good enough. His partner, Robin Koch, had a better game than him. And I don't particularly rate Robin Koch. You know, ex-Premier League Leeds, for those who remember, who plays for Eintracht Frankfurt now. That was shambolic. I did kind of rate the tactical aspect of the game. Did have a lot of possession. But again, what good is it having a lot of possession, but you don't do anything with it? And rather we started the game with the likes of Adeyemi, who injected that extra bit of bravery, that extra bit of pace, and that extra bit of threat. Sane, Gnabry, I'm sorry. There comes a point where it has to come to an end. You know, we've tried, Germany have tried with these two, but there comes a point where this comes to an end. You know, the young bucks have to come through now. Adeyemi, Gruda, who plays for Brighton, try and bed these guys in now. World Cup 2026, I'm sorry, we can't be going into that World Cup with the likes of Sane and Gnabry still hanging around. And this is no shade, no personal vendetta against any of those, but that's just reality. That's just reality. But yeah, this has to be better. And it's not going to get any easier because no matter who loses tomorrow, you're either facing France, who have a point to prove after their disastrous Euros last year, or you're facing the champions of Europe, the current champions of Europe in Spain. And that's going to be revenge because we all know what happened when Germany last played Spain. And if I'm not wrong, let me just check, people, because this could be set up. This could be set up for an epic third place game. Where's the game going to be? On Sunday. It's not saying it here. No? Is it saying? No. But anyway, if the game for third place is going to be in Stuttgart, that could be the most poetic thing to ever happen in football, because last time Germany played Spain, it was in Stuttgart. Spain won, went to the final of the Euros, then you had that controversial handball, Cucurella. If Spain lose tomorrow and Germany plays Spain again in Stuttgart, I think my reaction says it all. There doesn't need to be a bigger incentive to try and get revenge. But we're not there yet. We still have to see who wins and who loses tomorrow. But bottom line is, Germany, that was absolutely catastrophic. Alarm bells should be ringing. This should be a crisis. Yes, I am going there because you can't go from the level you showed last year at the Euros and then show this type of level today. No. So just a few positives. Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Joshua Kimmich, lovely assist for Florian Wirtz, by the way. Florian Wirtz himself, Adeyemi when he came on, and that's about it. And Mesha, Felix Mesha came on, showed a bit more control and showed a bit more know-how on the ball. He was a bit better than Goretzka, for example. This is another one that we need to move on from. Yes, he had an excellent season with Bayern Munich, but let's be real, Bayern Munich do not want him. They want him gone. So, yeah, Germany, no, unacceptable. Moving on to Portugal. Well-deserved win. Now listen, Portugal in terms of possession were nowhere near Germany. In the first half, at some point, I saw that they had something like 39% possession. Tough watch. But this is what Portuguese fans are used to. They're used to seeing their team, I'm not going to say suffer, but, something along those lines, conceding a lot of possession, even though on paper they do have a lot of players to be playing possession-based football. But we'll get to that in a minute. But they do have this thing where they can soak up the pressure, they know how to deal with it, and then they know how to strike in the perfect moment. First strike, equalizer from Conceicao, and we'll get to him in a minute. And then Ronaldo scores to make it 2-1. They strike at the right moment and get the goals exactly when they need them. In tournaments, that's all you need. That's all you need. It's not like it's a league phase where you... No. This is a tournament, knockout football. All you need is 2 good moments. You're there. 2 good moments. You take care of them. You take advantage of those moments, and you're through. Whether it's semis or final, in this case, it's the final. So Portugal, in my opinion, done their job. You can't even hate on them. You can't hate on them because ultimately, yes, you can look back tactically and say, tactically, they were a bit inferior to Germany in the first half. They were conceding a lot of possession, looking a bit, fragile at the back and in midfield, a lot of loose balls and a lot of dispossessed balls. And at times it looked really, really sloppy. But in the end, they took their chances when they needed to. So credit to Portugal, man. Credit to Portugal. So nothing to say about that. 3 things I want to talk about before I end this video. First things first. I know Portugal won today, but we've got to talk about Roberto Martinez. My mind just can't compute the fact that the Portugal Football Federation sat down, looked at who could have taken over from the previous manager. They looked at all the managers in the world, and they looked at the crop of players that they have at their disposal currently, which on paper, again, is one of the best squads in the world. Don't get it twisted. Don't look at the football that they're playing. Portugal have some of the best players in the world at the moment. Cool. They looked at this squad and they thought the perfect replacement for the previous manager would be a guy that previously fumbled in 4K in front of the whole world, a golden generation in the Belgian national team. I don't think I need to go into detail. Everyone knows what Roberto Martinez did with that Belgium squad, or what he didn't do, I should say. So they sat down, the Portuguese Federation of Football, and thought Roberto Martinez is the guy. That should be a crime in itself. My mind just cannot compute that they came to that decision. Again, I know Portugal won today, but I looked at the lineup and I didn't really pay attention because it was mid-game, halfway through the first half, that I realized, hold on a minute, João Neves is playing right back. And then someone on Twitter told me it's because they're inverting, and in possession they need him to invert to add an extra body in midfield. You had 39% possession in midfield. Sorry, you had 39% possession overall in the first half. Why do you need João Neves to invert when you've got... João Neves did more defending in the first half than he did attacking. He had that one chance where he inverted and he got the ball and he was through. But apart from that, he did more defending in the first half than he did attacking. Roberto Martinez playing João Neves as a right back, I don't care what the tactics are, is an absolute crime against football. This kid dominated Inter Milan in the Champions League final on that same pitch 4 days ago. And you're telling me that the best position that you thought to play him in is right back. To make things worse, Roberto Martinez played a 4-2-3-1, I believe. In the two, again, a crime how he did not play João Neves in that double pivot. He played Bernardo Silva and Ruben Neves as a double pivot in 2025. Crime. That should be punished by the law. How Neves and Vitinha didn't play in that midfield, I do not know. Vitinha started on the bench, people. Do you know how criminal that is? Like, I'm genuinely in disbelief, people. This is a crime against football, you know. And then, surprise, surprise, he brings on the footballers. Portugal win the game. That front line, oh my word. You expect me to believe Portugal should be the favourites for the World Cup or any competition with a front line of Ronaldo, Trincão, and Neto. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Portugal fans, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Feel your pain. Which brings me to my next point. I know he scored today, and I know his fans are in the comments ready to type. But you've got to let it go, man. You've got to let it go. Please, Roberto Martinez, you have to let it go. You cannot tell me that you want to go to the World Cup 2026 with a 42-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo. That has to stop. It has to stop. Today, I'm going to go ahead and say it. He got lucky. He got lucky. Right place, right time against the shambolic Germany defense. You think this is going to work every game? Oh my goodness. I mean, at what point do we stop this insanity? I told people he's better coming off the bench. Moments like today, he's not going to have loads of them. He's not going to have loads of them because he's a passenger. And this is not me taking anything away from his amazing career. He's had a great career, but this has to stop, people. Like, please stop making Portugal fans suffer. And I spoke to Portuguese fans. One of them is actually my barber. He told me the same thing. Big up. He told me the same thing. He was like, yo, bro, you're right. It has to stop. Come on, man. And last but not least, I want to talk about the kid that came on and absolutely fried Robin Gosens, the left back who came on as well. Horrible performance. Wrong sub, by the way. I would have preferred David Raum came on. David Raum should have come on. But anyway, Sergio Conceição. No, sorry. Francisco. Sergio's his dad. He just got sacked from AC Milan. Francisco Conceição. That, my friend, that performance, oi. Robin Gosens, oh my God, he's going to have nightmares about this kid. The way he came on and twisted Gosens inside out was poetic. I've never seen anything like it. This kid, there's a reason. I understand now. And he was on loan from Porto to Juve. I don't know if Juve are going to, take the option to buy him permanently, but my word, my God, this kid picking up the ball on the right-hand side, drifts in, leaves Gosens absolutely hanging. Gosens was in no man's land. Drives in, and absolutely curls a beautiful ball to the far post to make it 1-1. From the moment the ball left his foot, I knew where it was landing. I knew where this was ending up. What a goal and what a performance. For me, I'm going to say man of the match. Because after that, he carried on terrorizing that Germany defense. Carried on terrorizing the likes of Jonathan Tah, Waldemar Anton, Robin Gosens. They are going to have nightmares about Conceicao today. What a performance from this kid. Honestly, teams, they definitely watch this game took notes. Do not be surprised if in the next days or weeks you hear Francisco Conceicao going to this team, he's on this team's list, they're trying to get him. Do not be surprised. Because that performance today, hang it anywhere you want. Honestly. But listen, let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. I appreciate you watching this video from start to finish. 3 more games to go. France, Spain tomorrow. The game for third place on Sunday, 2 p.m. And then the final of the Nations League on Sunday in the evening. And then, of course, the Club World Cup is around the corner. We'll be watching those games. We'll be watching them. Don't worry. You know, some of them 5 p.m., 9 p.m., 2 a.m. We'll be watching them. Don't worry. And you'll be getting the reactions live on this channel. So please stick around. And yeah, thank you for watching. Road to 20K. Like, share, comment, subscribe, people. And I'm out. Peace.